sleeping. Today we're in the Audi Q7 3 litre TDI Quattro 272 PS S-Line. So with this car, it's got a number of options on it added as extra from the factory, and one of them, which really I have no idea why it isn't standard on Q7s, because I don't think I've ever seen a Q7 without it. It's the tech pack. So really, for me, it should come on the standard as now, because it's got the features on it that you're going to want with a car such as a Q7 when you're spending this sort of money. So I'll run through what you get with it. It's three things basically with the tech pack. The first one is the Audi phone box. Now what that gives you as a feature is this thing here. Basically you can pop your phone in there, and with that box basically it gives you a signal boost. So in theory you're going to get a much clearer phone reception when putting your phone in this box here. You can plug two phones into it as well, which will connect to the car as well, so it gives you dual phone capability. I'm not sure how many people actually use that. I've never personally used it, but it's in there as standard. You won't pay for it separately for me. The second feature is the and the thing that everyone's talking about at the moment is the Audi Virtual Cockpit. The main feature of it is, or the only feature of the Virtual Cockpit, is that the Audi replaced the traditional dial with this electronic version, and obviously now that it is electronic, there's so many different functionalities and features that you can show off within that, and you can personalise to your requirements. So I will go through I'll go through a couple of those with you and just show you what you can get. The big one for a lot of people is the nav. So let's get that on here. Okay, so by flicking through these dials here, you can access a number of the different functionalities on the Virtual Cockpit. And like I say, a key one is the nav. So instead of showing the map on the traditional screen there, you've got it right in front of you, which I prefer using, I must say. I didn't think it would at first, because I thought it would bring your vision away from the road, maybe because you're just used to looking that way when you're using a sat nav system that's built into the car. So I wasn't sure at first, but after using it for a few times, I really prefer using the nav feature within the dash there. So that's really good, and I think that's most people probably agree with me that is the better way of using the nav system. So the second thing, which is massively different on the Virtual Cockpit, is the dials here. So we've got on the left here in the sort of the traditional view, you've got the rev counter on the left hand side, and then also in the centre there it's showing you what if you're in park mode, if you're in drive, reverse, and if you're driving, what gear you're in as well. So if I just move it up there to drive, then you can see it's changed to D, and if I flip it up to reverse, then again that's gone to R, and then back to P. And then on the right hand side we've got the speedometer, but also which is a cool little feature, it shows the actual speed you're doing in the centre, which is nice and clear. And again, I feel that setup there, you're spending less time looking at the dash and more time looking at the road, which is probably a good thing, I would say. So I'll show you a few of the other different functions. So there's a ton of different features, and you can set this to looking at different things like the short-term memory. So if you can set the journey you're doing and have a look at the MPG, what you've achieved on that. Long term, so if you want to do it over, as it suggests, a much longer period. And then just a ton of different things which you can spin through: date time, the average consumption, when your AdBlue is changing, which is quite often in these cars, Okay, so we can also flick it through to look at the radio. So again, you can change the radio station very easily by the center console there. If you've got a phone connected, which we haven't at the moment, but you know, you can get on, you can access your phone book, make and receive calls via this. Again, it's just keeping your eyes more aligned within the road. And as you can see there, you can, I didn't know you could do that, so that's new to me. You can change the size of the dials there, and I would presume when you switch the nav, it's going to give you a much bigger screen there. So I didn't know you could do that, so that's new to me, and that make it a lot easier using the nav function. So the last of the three features on the tech pack is the head-up display, and what the head-up display does for you is it shines the speed that you're doing onto the windscreen, so it almost looks like it's sort of it's in the distance. You can just see the miles per hour that you're currently driving, which I've used it a few times and I quite like it, but I like it more when I'm being conscious about the speed that I'm doing. So if I'm in the 30 zone, or if I'm in roadworks where it's restricted to 50 and I need to be very conscious about the speed I'm doing, then I like it in that sense. But just everyday driving, personally, it's a bit irritating. It's not for me, so I'd probably be turning it off on a daily basis. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you found this enjoyable. If you have, give us a thumbs up, like and subscribe, and we'll see you soon for another video.